Hello friends, today's discussion is about metric conversion. The story is about King Henry and his love for chocolate milk. King Henry loved chocolate milk so much that he fed the cows with more and more chocolates, such that they will provide more and more chocolate milk. King Henry drank in the breakfast, for the dinner, and for the lunch all the time. The whole day he was drinking only chocolate milks. And he used to drink in liters, actually, a lot of liters. So, and he wanted all the people in the kingdom, all the creatures in the kingdom to drink chocolate milk in the size of this. But this is not the right size for all the creatures. All creatures cannot drink in this size. So, for this, the royal potter was called, and he was advised to prepare new vessels, new serving vessels for every creature, small or big. So the royal potter started preparing. He prepared for creatures first smaller than the king, and he made in deciliters, in centiliters, and in milliliters. Now, what is this deciliter? So deciliter is 1/10 of a liter. That is, the liter is the size of king. So if you make 10 parts, from that one part will be 1 deciliter. Now centiliter is 1/100th of a liter. That is the king size, that is the liter size. If you make 100 pieces or 100 parts, that one part of that will be centiliters. And milliliters, that is the 1000th part of a liter. So the liter jar, if you make into 1000 parts, from that one part will be milliliter. Now we can say that milliliters were just right for very small creatures like the bugs, the beetles, and all that. So it is sufficient for tiny creatures, milliliter. Next, he prepared for creatures larger than the king or the greater than the king. He named them decaliters, hectoliters, and kiloliters. Now decaliters means it was 10 times of a liter. What the king size, the size of the king, what he was drinking, it's 10 times. And hectoliters is 100 times, and kiloliter is 1000 times a liter. So we can say kiloliters will be for gigantic creatures, like giant creatures. Kiloliters, that's the biggest unit. Now here, the royal potter arranged the vessels in a line by keeping the king's vessel in the center. King's vessel is liters. So, deciliter, centiliter, and milliliter. These are the less than liters. Then decaliter, hectoliter, and kiloliter. So, from the largest to smallest, he arranged them. So, kiloliter, hectoliter, decaliter, then liter, the king size, then deciliter, centiliter, and milliliter. Arrangement, the basic unit is taken as liters. The basic unit is liters, what the king had. So the sizes decreases or increases from the liter size by multiples of 10. As you can see, 1/10, 100th, 1000, or 10 times, 100 times, or 1000 times. Everything depends upon. So whenever we want to convert these sizes, we have to either multiply or divide by 10. Now, by King Henry, by seeing this arrangement, he was so happy that he ordered for 1 more liter of chocolate milk. He was already filled up because he had in the breakfast, in the lunch, in the dinner, all the day, he was filled up. But still he wanted to drink more. But alas, he died. His stomach got burst and he died. So, now how to remember the sizes? For this, the royal potter gave one idea how to remember the sizes of these vessels, because the King Henry was no more. So after his name, he gave a formula like King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Again, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Now what is the relation between this line and the formula? King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So K is for kilo, H for hecto, D for deca, B is the base unit, again D deci, C centi, and M is milli. So kilo, hecto, deca, deci, centi, milli. So King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Now what are the base units? It can be meter, grams or liters. So most important thing is remembering the base unit. The base units are meter, grams or liter. According to this one, the other names will be changing. But the order is same for all the basic units. Kilo, hecto, deca, then deci, centi, milli. Now let's see something about the base unit. The base units are meter, grams and liters. And meters is used for length. To measure the length, we use meter, that's the unit of length. Like measuring the height, we use meters. Or grams. Grams is what now? Grams is the unit of weight. Now weight, like we measure the weight of something or we lift weights like that. And liter is the unit of capacity. How much liquid a jar holds or a container, the capacity, that's the holding power we can say. So these are the base units, meter, grams and liters. Now let's see this formula. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So we have arranged. So as we go from top to down, up to down, we will multiply by 10. And when we go from down to up, we will divide by 10. Okay, we can easily see this one. As you can see, it is like a staircase. In the stair, when we get down, it is easy. But when we go up, it is difficult. So for difficult, we can use the word D for difficult, D for division. So difficult, division, easy, multiplication. So when you are coming down, it is easy for us. Multiplication is also very much easy. So easy multiplication, difficult division. So we can say bigger unit to smaller unit. So whenever bigger unit to smaller unit, we always multiply by 10. Each unit, every unit, that means every step you come down, we have to multiply by 10. Now let's see kilometer to meter. So here we can see the base unit has been changed to meter, that is M in the middle. So according to that, kilometer, hectometer, decameter. Capital D is decameter, small d is decimeter, centimeter, then millimeter. So let's take an example, 5 kilometer. Now 5 kilometers, so from kilometer to meter, you can see that we have to come from kilometer up to meter. So from up to down, so when you are coming down, we have to always multiply by 10. So how many times we'll multiply? So we'll count the number of steps. So kilometer to hectometer, one step, hectometer to decameter, another step, decameter to meter is the third step. So there are 3 steps. So we can multiply by 10 into 10 into 10, 3 times. So we get 5 into 1000, 3 steps, 3 zeros. That's the easiest way to remember. 3 steps, 3 zeros. So we get 5000 meter. So 5 kilometer is equals to 5000 meter. Let's move on. Now hectogram to centigrams. So the base unit is grams now. You can see that. So according to that, the names also will change. But the order is the same thing. So if to convert, suppose 5 hectograms. Now hectograms to, we have to come centigrams. So we are coming down. We have to multiply by 10. Now how many times we will multiply? We will count the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. So 4 steps. So 4 times 10. 10 into 10 into 10 into 10. So 4 times we get 1 with 4 zeros. That's the easiest thing to do. There are 4 steps, put 4 zeros. Enough. So 5 into, we get 10,000. That becomes 50,000 centigrams. Next, hectoliter to milliliter. Now the basic unit is liters. So according to that, we get kiloliter, hectoliter, decaliter, then deciliter, centiliter, milliliter. Same thing, we will take 5 hectoliter. So from hectoliter to milliliter, so we have to keep on counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 steps. 5 steps, the same thing. 5 times 10 into 10 into 10 into 10 into 10. So we get 5 into 1 with 5 zeros because we are having 5 steps. So 1 with 5 zeros. So we get 5 lakhs milliliter. So 5 hectoliters is 5 lakhs milliliter. Now we'll see smaller unit to bigger unit. Same thing, we know that going up is difficult division. So for every step we go up, we will divide. Now meter to hectometer, the basic unit is meter. So from let us take an example, 5134 meters. So meters to hectometer, let's count. So as we are going up, we will divide. So how many times? So 2 steps. So we will divide by 100. 1 with 2 zeros. 2 steps, 2 zeros. So remember this one. So we will get 51.34. We know how to convert fraction, that is we are dividing by 100, so it can be easily converted. That's the decimal fraction. Now we can easily convert into decimal number. The number of zeros is equal to the number of decimal places. So from right side we have just count the number of places. So 2 zeros, 2 places, and put the point. So that becomes 51.34. Next, centigram to hectogram. So the basic unit is gram now. So 7521 centigrams. So from centigrams to hectograms you have to go. So you have to go up. So difficult division. So let's count the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 steps will divide by 1 with 4 zeros, that is 10,000. Now 4 zeros are there, so the decimal point will move towards the left side 4 steps. So we get 0.7521 hectograms. So 4 zeros, the decimal place is also 4. That one you have to see. The next one is milliliter to kiloliter. Now milliliter, let us take 1254 milliliter. From that we have to convert to kiloliters. So we have to go up, we have to divide. Let's see how many steps we are going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 with 6 zeros we can take. So the answer will become 0.001254. As we know, whenever we are dividing, the decimal point moves towards the left side. So here already 4 places are there, but we need 6 places. So what we'll do, we'll put more 2 zeros on the left side and put the point. So for all the things, you have to remember this formula. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. By using this formula, any conversions we can do, whether coming up to down, that is bigger to smaller or smaller to bigger, whether the base unit is meter, grams or liter, anything, the same formula will be used for all the conversions. Thank you and keep exploring.